Imagine being a world-famous celebrity and the cameras catch you at a bad moment. Hashtag awkward. I guess you could say it's part of the occupational hazards of being a Hollywood A-lister. But if we're being honest, these humiliating moments only make our favorite celebs all the more endearing. Here's our countdown of the 15 most embarrassing celebrity moments ever. What's up, Factnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stay glued to your screens because our number one pick really got caught in a hairy situation. On with the countdown. Number 15, Christina Aguilera. Of all the days to be caught in an embarrassing moment, it had to be during a funeral service. It must have been what ran through Christina Aguilera's head as she was paying tribute to the late, great Etta James, before she even began singing the Etta James classic, At Last.
She was the one that cut right to my soul and spoke to me. So tonight, Etta, this song is for you.
Some fluid could be seen running down her legs, which she had to wipe off a couple of times. Malicious minds assumed the fighter singer was having her period, but turns out Aguilera just had a little too much spray tan on her gams. But that didn't stop her from belting out those signature high notes she's become known for.
For you are mine.
She's not only a fighter, but also a real trooper. Keep watching because our number one entry made lemonade out of lemons. This one's for the Beehive. But before that, number 14, Sia. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier. Sorry, Sia. Okay, to be fair, Sia's Chandelier is one of the most difficult songs to sing ever. It's so high, even the original singer struggles with it sometimes. Just like during her performance on Good Morning America's summer concert series back in 2016. The faceless diva couldn't help but let out her frustration at the impossibly high chorus she herself wrote. Turns out the faceless pop star was in tears before going on stage, aware that her voice wasn't at its best that day.
I just cried in the dressing room because I'm really croaky and I was like, I'm not going to hit the high note.
But nevertheless, didn't want to let her fans down and continued with the show despite her condition. Bless your elastic heart, Sia. Number 13. Tyra Banks. Do you remember the time when supermodel Tyra Banks had her own talk show? Me neither. But apparently there were some pretty darn hilarious moments during its 5-season run, like the time Hilary Duff dropped by her show along with zoologist Jared Miller, who brought with him some exotic animals for a little show and tell. Tyra was able to smile her way through the first couple of animals, but lost all her composure when Miller brought in a porcupine.
Oh my God.
All those years of perfecting her poise ruined by a single porcupine. Number 12, Miguel. The American singer-songwriter got a little too pumped while he was performing his hit song Adorn at the 2013 Billboard Music Awards. And who wouldn't when you're performing on one of the music industry's biggest stages? However, the actual stage proved to be a little too wide for Miguel as he leapt over the crowd onto another part of the stage, hitting a couple of his fans in the process.
And his name is John C.
One was clearly hit on the head while another on the arm. They seemed cool when the singer checked on them backstage, but one of them sued for injuries. 2 years later. Number 11, Fergie. We've all heard various arrangements of the Star-Spangled Banner. While some are truly awe-inspiring, others are just utterly excruciating. When ex-Black Eyed Pea Fergie took the stage to perform the national anthem during the 67th NBA All-Star opening in 2018, the jazzy rendition left a lot to be desired. Well, it was definitely not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not exactly a singer, but I could tell when somebody's off key. But Fergie took the high road and proved that big girls don't cry. They apologized for their mistakes, which is exactly what she did. Now that deserves a standing ovation. Number 10, 50 Cent. Thankfully, this rapper, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, chose to become an entertainer instead of a baseball player because, judging by his first pitch at the Mets vs. Pirates game in 2014, his hands are way better off holding a mic than a baseball. It was ultra-wide that put iPhone cameras to shame. Baseball card maker Topps even made a card to commemorate Fitty's failing fling. Number 9, Harry Styles. Concert goers throw some crazy stuff on stage to get attention of their idols, but sometimes it's not what they throw but where it lands that leaves us floored. In this 2012 One Direction concert in Glasgow, a fan threw her shoes at Harry Styles. One landed in front of him, and the other landed squarely at his family jewels. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, but it took some balls to carry on and sing like Harry. He even did some lunges, like it's no big deal. Security kicked out the 14-year-old culprit, but was allowed to re-enter upon Harry's request. Kindness will never go out of style, right, Tay-Tay? Number 8, Katy Perry. The fireworks singer has always had a penchant for quirky costumes and grand set designs ever since she rose to fame with her debut chart-topping hit, I Kissed a Girl. Here's Katy performing that song at the MTV's Latin American Awards in 2008 that ended in a slippery situation. When she started a cake fight with her band members, the stage eventually got covered with icing. Hilarity ensues. And that was the last time Katy was seen with a giant cake on stage, ditching it for human beach balls, a giant golden lion, and of course, dancing sharks. Number 7, John Travolta. Who doesn't know Broadway superstar Idina Menzel? Apparently John Travolta. When the Grease actor introduced Menzel at the 2014 Academy Awards, Danny Zuko Travoltified Menzel's name.
Wickedly talented, one and only Adele Dazeem.
Adele the what now? During his interview on Jimmy Kimmel, Travolta explained the epic mix-up.
Suddenly, a page, an assistant to you, grabbed me out of the seat and said, "You're on in a minute and 15 seconds or something." He said, "Really?" I said, "What happened to 15 minutes?" Yep. He said, "Okay, we'll see then." They said, "Oh, by the way, we've changed Idina's name to phonetic spelling." I went, but what do you mean? Go! So I go out there and I get to her thing and I thought,
A few years later, and we still can't let it go. Number 6, Kanye West. The controversial rapper slash record producer slash fashion designer will always be followed by paparazzi everywhere he goes, which can get really annoying, especially when you can't see where you're going while trying to dodge the cameras.
Kanye, you okay? You okay? You okay? Stop taking pictures, man.
I do feel bad for Yeezy, especially since the blunder was caught on camera, but I think it was unfair for him to lash out at the photographer. Number 5, Kim Kardashian. It's not a party without Kim K. In 2014, Kim K was seen leaving a French hotel to head to the airport. Nothing out of the ordinary here until you find out what she left behind. Care to take a guess? Chanel luggage. $75,000 earrings. Not even close. She forgot her own daughter.
Say what?
Or at least that's what it seemed in this clip. However, the media mogul claimed that she just checked the car seat before getting a little north. Okay, whatever you say, Mrs. West. Number 4, Jennifer Garner. During Conan O'Brien's interview with Jennifer Garner, the actress and occasional grammar Nazi called out the talk show host's interesting choice of words.
But there's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan, and you went to Harvard and you should know that.
Not to be outdone, O'Brien, the man with an IQ of 160, brought out a dictionary after the break and slapped the Alias star with the cold, hard truth.
I keep a dictionary down here and I just found it. Just want to look at... Oh, what the hell? Look right here. Snuck, past and past part of sneak.
His diabolical laughter probably snuck into Jen's nightmares that night. Number 3, Kesha. Now, I'm not really sure whether this clip was intentionally awkward and irreverent, but if there's one thing pop star Kesha has to know, it's that it's actually considered rude to be loud in Japanese subways.
Oh, what a shame that you came here with someone while you're here in my arms. Let's make the most of the night while we're gonna die.
It's a cool gimmick to promote her song, I'll give her that, but perhaps choose a better location next time.
Gonna die young.
Number 2, Zac Efron. Something shiny fell out of Zac Efron's pocket in front of a horde of paparazzi. Turns out the former high school musical star thought he was getting lucky that day because he brought a condom with him. As if that wasn't embarrassing enough, it happened on the red carpet premiere of the children's movie, The Lorax. He just laughed it off and later confirmed in an interview with Matt Lauer that he was in fact packing rubber, and yes, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Right? It's a great message to add to the many messages in the film.
Guess he can't rewrite the stars on that slip-up. We're finally down to our number 1 pick, but before that, make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1, Beyoncé. When the Mrs. Carter Tour hit Montreal in 2013, the Queen Bey ended up being a little too close to her fans. This fan in particular. The wind machine caught the pop royalty's hair right in the middle of her performance of Halo, and this was just when she was about to fulfill an actual fan's dream to sing with her. It could have turned into a disaster, but Beyoncé played it cool and kept singing. Soon the Pop Divas team got her out of the tangle and the show continued without a hitch. She got her second wind after the concert when she posted this handwritten lyric of Halo with a few twists. That's Queen Bee for you. So, which of these celebrity moments made you cringe the most? Let us know in the comments section below. Take home our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? And if you're not done rolling on the floor laughing, then check out our list of the 15 celebrities with weird hidden talents. Till then, stay awesome, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.